My guests today have been coaching and playing flag football for a while. The coach since 2016, I believe, before the Olympics were announced. So now y'all know it's a big deal, right? Before the college scholarships started being handed out. You know it's a big deal right now, right? Before anybody was calling in and calling it the fastest growing sport in America, which you know they're doing right now, right? Coach Darrell Johnson named his program Sacrifice for Greatness, and he did not come alone. All right. He brought two sisters today who are the heart of what he's built because the truest thing anybody can say about a coach is what his players can say with him sitting right next to him. Okay. Dojo 32 is coming up. I keep telling you guys, Las Vegas, September. Let's get into it. Hey, coach. Hey, girls. How are you?
Hey, how you doing? Good.
Man, I am so thrilled that y'all are here. I mean, my goodness. It just keeps getting better and better every time I get the opportunity to talk to the coaches, talk to the girls. I am impressed. I know the people are. So, coach, let me go ahead and start with you because you've been coaching girls flag since 2016. Back then, almost no state sanctioned it. And there was no NCAA scholarships and nobody was calling it the fastest growing sport. So, what did you see in 2016 that everybody else needed, I don't know, 10 extra years and an Olympics announcement to figure out?
Well, I originally started with my son, and we went from basketball to flag football, and I had a group of young men out there, um, elementary school age, and one of the young men's sister came out and was sitting around watching, and then she came to next practice and said she wanted to join in, and I said, well, why not? We just practicing. And then after that practice, she came to me and said, I want to play, and I want my friends to come play with us. And I kind of gave her the look. It was like, okay, girls gonna play football. I was like, listen, if you can find some girls that's gonna come play football, then I'll do it. But I don't think you're gonna find anybody because girls don't play flag football. The only time I seen girls play flag football was Powder Puff at school. So it was ignorance on my part too. And the next practice, she came back with a bunch of girls, and so I had them playing with the boys, co-ed, and then eventually we gave them a team the following season, and that's where it all started.
Oh, so she brought her crew back. She came back riding with
Yes,
her
they
crew.
were. Yeah, they were playing in schools out. They were playing in a charter school out here, but they were standing on the sideline because the coach just played the boys, so they never got to play. So when they came to me, they got to play.
Hey, girls, when you get a chance, I want you to introduce yourselves, talk about how long you've been playing, and then answer this for me. Coach is sitting right here. While he's sitting here, I want you to tell me and be honest. What is he actually like at practice when the cameras are off? And what is the one thing he says so much that you two can pretty much quote it in your sleep?
Okay, so I'm Isabella, and I've been playing for 2 or 3 years. And something that coach has a lot during practice is just to show up and show out and to be the 1%. And in practice, he's really funny. He's really serious, but he's a great coach.
Yeah, I agree. I'm Imelda and I'm 12, but they know me as Gigi, and I've been playing football for around a year now. And one thing that coach always says, well, at least to me, is just like quarterback stuff, but he always says to have good energy and to stay hype. And yeah, coach at practice, he's really funny, but he's also really serious.
So there's a nice balance there. Yeah. Tell me this though. Uh Tell me what you can hear him saying to you when you know you've messed up, but you don't actually need him to say it to you anymore.
Good.
Well, for me, he already knows that I know he says, so he says, guess what I'm gonna say. So I already know he's gonna say.
When I'm in the game, when I know I make a mistake, I turn and look at him, and I can just see him staring at me, and I just know to lock in.
I love that.
He
You guys
doesn't
are
have to say
hilarious.
anything.
So I don't know, coach. It sounds like, you're kind of balanced with the girls in your temperament. Are you always like that? Or are you specifically like that with the girls that you coach?
I think with anybody, there's got to be a balance of depending on that young person and their character, how you approach them, right? You can't approach everybody the same way. Also depends on their skill set. Also depends on trust between you and that athlete, as well as the family as a whole,
Hmm.
and just how you can communicate with them. But I think there has to be a even level playing field of respect. I'd say to my girls, when you speak to us coaches, the response is yes, coach. And when you ask me something, I'm gonna say yes, ma'am. Now, if you don't want me to call you yes, ma'am, then tell me how you want me to respond to you. But I want to give you the equal amount of respect that I'd ask from you, that I'm gonna give back to you. And that's the way I think it should be. I don't think it should be. I don't run a dictatorship. These are young ladies, and we're dealing in a realm where we're trying to mentor them to be professionals. So we should be acting accordingly as leaders as well. I'm a leader, so
Hey, I got to
I
give it up for
my
you
whole
on that one.
yeah, my whole thing is to be a servant, not a dictator. So I'm here to serve these young ladies. They're not dedicated to me. I'm dedicated to them, along with my
I
coach.
heard that. Hello. Okay. Okay, coach. Okay. Yes. So listen, you named your program Sacrifice for Greatness. That
Hmm.
is a pretty heavy name. Okay. So tell me the truth. What are you actually asking these girls to give up? And what have you had to sacrifice to keep this thing going?
So essentially, when I say sacrifice for greatness, that doesn't mean sacrifice your life. That means it's going to take a little bit more than, like you heard Isabella say, the 99%, right? You got 99% of people that just follow the standard, and the 1%, like what you're doing with this show, that step outside the standard and do a little bit more to help the standard. And so, what is it more that you need to do? You need to definitely take care of your body. You need to be focusing and studying. You need to work hard when nobody else is working. Kobe Bryant used to go in the gym when the game was over, and he would shoot with the lights out for hours, putting in work when nobody else is willing to do it. What are you willing to do to get to be that 1% to do what everybody else is not doing? Everybody's going to practice, but we only practice for 2.5 hours, like 2 days a week, sometimes three. It takes more than that. Are you doing anything on your own? What are you willing to sacrifice? Are you willing to sacrifice that time that hour or two that you go hang out with your friends to put in some work with your teammates? Are you willing to sacrifice that 30 minutes to study the playbook? Are you willing to not eat the things that you crave, all the sugars and bad food, and eat some healthy stuff? Are
Mm.
you willing to take that walk and that jog by yourself or with your teammates or with your family, when you could be going and hanging out with your friends and doing nothing? So, what is sacrifice for greatness? Means something for everybody, depending on what you're doing. You're willing to sit up here and do this show with us. You're sacrificing your time and all your resources, and which makes you great in what you do. And everybody has to look themselves in the mirror and say, "What has God made me? What has He created me for? And how can I do it and be great at what He's made me for, so I can shine His light and show how good and great God is, that
Mm.
He uses me as a vessel for His glory and not my own." And so when I say sacrifice for greatness, it, everybody got to look themselves in the mirror and say, "What does that mean to me? What extra mile I'm willing to go and not be only the 99, but how can I add that 1% to be a little bit more than just the norm?"
Well, let's ask the girls. Tell me what you sacrifice in order to continue this journey.
I sacrifice a lot of my time to being with my friends. A lot of my friends invite me to go somewhere, but most of the time I have practice, and that's the time that I sacrifice to go to practice instead of being outside and just doing other stuff instead of when I could be practicing football.
I agree with also what she said, and a lot of it is time. And with days we don't have games, we don't have practice, we always just go out and still play catch, pass the ball around, just using time to play football.
Let me ask you two, while I have you, what made you two fall in love with flag football? And was there a moment, a game, a play where it like clicked for you this is my sport, this is it? Like, talk to me individually about that.
So I just my older cousin played flag football, and she inspired me to play flag football. My mom didn't, she wasn't like believing me, and she didn't like take me seriously until she put me into a team, and I didn't really learn much from that team until the next season. I got into Coach Darrell. He taught me a lot, and he really inspired me and made me fall in love with flag football. I got really good at it. I learned how to catch. I learned more about the game, and I just got better after all. That just really inspired me to fall in love with flag football.
I was thinking, but also when I didn't originally, I didn't want to play any sports. I didn't have my mindset to play anything till one summer my mom told me I had to join a sport, and I already knew my older sister. She recently got with Coach Darrell, and I knew she was playing flag, and I kind of wanted to, so I joined the team. And Coach Darrell helped me a lot with all the stuff that I learned, and to have a good mentality and everything, and just learning a lot, and just games, just the teammates and all the love that's just in the team.
So, Coach, it sounds like you have a lot to do with the success of these young girls. Like, how do you feel about that?
Well, to me, it's a blessing. It's all God, not really me. Like I said, I'm a available vessel. Even me, I sacrifice a lot of my finances, time. Like where we practice is an hour drive away from where I live, but I'm fine with that because these young ladies have such a heart. Even the development, we help and guide them along the way, but it's their heart and the desire to want to grow and get better is why they're the way they are. Not so much of us coaches, even though we help guide them, but they got some great parents. Their dad, I love that guy. He's awesome. The dad's a great mom. It's their home that's their foundation that makes them why they are the way they are as young ladies and as young flag football athletes, why they're so good. And I'm just feel blessed to be in a journey along with their parents to help them develop and grow along with all the other teammates. And it's just a blessing to see what we do. We have Bible study as a program with those young ladies that come, and we just have a lot of great people surrounding us that God has placed before us, so we can do what God wants us to do with this program.
Amen to that. Listen, most coaches would come on this podcast or any media opportunity alone and talk about themselves. You asked to bring your two players, and I'm certainly glad that you did. I love these athletes and what they're doing and the sacrifices they're making. But are you not a little nervous about what they might say at all? Ever? No?
No. My confidence doesn't sit on what people say. My confidence sits all in God. My foundation is not on people. My foundation is on God and what He's blessed me to do. And when you're doing what God wants you to do, people are always going to talk. I cannot stand on that and worry about that. All I got to do is stay focused on what the purpose of God has placed in my life and what He's placed before me with these young ladies, and we just keep on pushing that way. I don't think about anything else. I talk to my girls about tuning out the outside noise and just focusing on what you're blessed to do and just doing that. Noise is going to be noise. You're always going to get noise. Noise does nothing but drive us. That's all it does, and we showed that yesterday, right, girls?
Yes, Coach.
What? Wait a minute. What happened yesterday? What happened yesterday?
We played a game against a great rival team, awesome team, great athletes. Love all those young ladies over there. They did a great job. We competed. That was probably one of the best games we played. It was back and forth, and we pulled it out and won 41-26. It was 27-26 with 4 minutes left. We played at the Raiders practice facility out here in Las Vegas, in Henderson, Nevada. Yeah.
Girls, how did you feel about that? Did you ever see yourself playing football in the Raiders facility? Hello, talk to me about that.
No, when I first started, I thought I was just gonna be in a club, and that's just like my little hobby. But I would never have thought I was gonna be playing in the Raiders facility. It was such a cool experience. It was so fun to play in there and to see where the Raiders actually get to practice, and it felt so nice in there.
Yeah, it was definitely felt way better from when there was ACs that instead of playing outside in the heat. I would just never think from what I started to, and from now that I'll be able to play there.
Let me ask you ladies a question, and be as honest about this as possible. You know, before the WNBA, there was only the NBA, and girls playing football probably had to take a lot of heat for that. So before flag football, we had, regular football and NFL, tackle football. Do you guys get pushback on playing what is known as a predominantly male sport? And how do you feel about any feedback or pushback you might get about what you've decided to do?
Well, I hear a lot of people talk about like, oh, it's just girls flag football. It doesn't really matter. But like to me, it really does matter, and it grew a lot. And I don't really let it get to my head because it helped me a lot, and I grew a lot from it. And especially with coaches' opportunity from a lot of things. And even with that feedback, I just ignore it and I just keep going because I know it's bigger than a lot of most sports.
Definitely, it's really fast with growing, and like how Coach Darrell says, just to cancel out all the noise that people say and just play the sport that you love and have a passion for.
Are you guys able to, how do I say this? Are you able to use that lesson in your life that's not in sport? So like in school, in your community, being able to understand that people are always going to talk and you are going to have to rise above that and ignore that, even if we're not just talking about sports. Like, tell me about your school life and your social life. Are you able to apply those things that coach is teaching you to the rest of your life outside of sports?
Yes, for sure. Because a lot of people, even in school, they will hate on you for doing the right things, doing the wrong things. No matter what you do, you'll always get hate on for it. So I just tune out all the noise. I don't let it get to my head, and I pray about it. I focus on God, because no matter what, people are gonna hate on you, and they're not gonna like the things you do. Even if you do the right things, people are still gonna not like you for it, or just try to have problems with you. But I just ignore it.
Most definitely, just cancel all the noise that people say, because I prefer to be hated by people for doing the right thing than doing the wrong thing, and it's just all centered to God.
Well, Coach, it looks like you're doing a good job. Kudos to you.
Well, we've got a great, like I said, we got a great group of parents. I'm a small percentage of it, but I'm truly blessed. I mean, like I said, we got to play at the Red facility, but these young ladies did get to play the Legion in front of 50,000 people back in February. So, I mean, God has blessed us with opportunities. I'm truly thankful for it, even this opportunity to do this interview with you and just to showcase these two young ladies. I mean, they're being really humble, but Gigi, and he's a two-headed beast. They look really nice until you get on the field with them and then they turn somebody else. These girls are awesome. I mean, my goodness, and they teammates above and beyond. We run a 14U team and a 17U team. All our young ladies, all age groups. We have the best young ladies and best families that a program could have. And it takes a village to raise kids. And people poured in my life when I was growing up. I played music. I played in my church, drums, and my mom said, "You're gonna do music and you're gonna play sports, and that's what you're gonna be in them books." So, I appreciate all that I had installed in me, that I could come and pour that out into the youth that we have out here today, because I think it's very important to do that with where we're at in our society at this point in time. So I feel really blessed and honored for the group of parents and young ladies that we have in our program and this opportunity we get to do this interview with you.
And we are thankful to have you here. Now, let me ask you this. Everybody seems to want to coach girls flag football now. Oh my God, it's the hottest new thing. And the Olympics are coming here to LA. Yay. Colleges are handing out scholarships now, and the clout thing, it seems to be popping. Okay, clout for girls flag football is a thing right now. How do you spot coaches who are here for these girls versus the ones who just smelled an opportunity at this point?
Well, I kind of had this conversation with my coach. It's awesome to see guys coaching ladies, but the thing that separates a guy that's trying to coach young ladies because he cares versus the ones that's just doing it because it's popular is stay in power. They, as soon as they face adversity, they fall off. It's just like the scriptures say, you got to be a tree with deep roots, and your roots got to be rooted in the Word of God. Versus, and I'm not trying to make it all religious because I'm more of a spiritual guy than a religious guy. But I think it's important that your roots are grounded in whatever your spiritual being is, because that's what's going to keep you strong when the waves and the winds start coming and the hurricanes, and you won't be blown out of the ground when young ladies get hard on you because you lost the game, or parents get hard on you because they don't like what's going on. You just got to stay rooted. And I think you can tell from a rooted coach that cares versus a coach that's doing it because it's popular. And, I give everybody benefit of the doubt, but when I see teams drop off after one season because they face some adversity, you weren't rooted. You was in there for the wrong reasons. You were in it because it's popular. I don't bank off trends. I bank off opportunity. And when you have discernment of opportunity, you go get it. So that's what I see.
Listen, I love it. Thank you for saying that. Let me ask you girls, what is the hardest thing that coach has ever asked you to do? And what did you learn about yourself when you actually did it?
Well, when I first started, I didn't really play anything. So when I was there, I think the hardest thing that coach ever asked me to do was to try a different position, which was quarterback, and just playing more of it. What he taught me and stuff has helped me a lot, and just knowing that I could do anything I put my mind to and just focusing on it and practicing it definitely helps a lot.
And for me, like, coach didn't really ask me, but he made me like the captain and the leader to help everyone in the team to make sure they're in check and that they have good energy all the time. And it makes me feel good because I have never done that ever in a team, and it's my first time, and it makes me feel good when I know that I could help others in my team and my teammates make sure that they're doing the right thing, make sure that they're always happy and have the best moods in games and practice.
So, Coach, let me ask you the same thing. What is the hardest thing you were reluctant to ask of your girls, but you did and you were impressed with the results?
Well, with Gigi, and people are always surprised when I tell them that her age, to ask her to play in the high school division 7-on-7 when we played at even in general, but especially when we played at the Under Armour tournament over at Gorman High School here in Las Vegas. Tough assignment, but she stood up and did it. I was very proud of her, and to continue to put her as QB for the high school young ladies, I think was a heavy and tall task to ask her at her age, but she shows so much maturity and poise. I'm very, very proud of her. And he's same thing, to play with the high school girls and to ask her to be a team captain, defense, and just on the 14U girls as a whole. And even with the 17U girls, to show and lead by example is just a huge task to ask these two young ladies. But these girls have a high amount of maturity, like a lot of our young ladies on our team. And they stood up and they took the call and they answered. And I was just like, man, I went back and told their mom and dad, you guys have raised some excellent young ladies. That shows that character they have comes from the home. You can't coach that. That comes from the home. And that's who these young ladies are, and that's how good their family are. And we have a lot of young ladies like that. And I'm just very, very proud of them.
We're all proud of you, sisters. I love that. So let me ask you guys this. When you all step on that field at Dojo 32 in front of the world, what is the story you want people telling about this program before anybody else tells it for you?
I want people to know and to tell the story that we're really just a God-based football team, and we base everything about God, even after all the opportunity that God has given us, and just that we're that team that even if we win or lose, we still have the highest energy. We're still out there competing no matter what, And no, doesn't matter what the scoreboard is, we're still out there trying our hardest.
I like to agree with her on that, and also just knowing that anyone could just come and play, no matter if you have any experience at all. Just knowing that Coach Darrell and all our other coaches and teammates will always be there to help you. Just that everything's a learning experience, and that everything just is based on God.
Coach?
Well, I think the Dojo 32 tournament, my brother Jason, God just placed us together almost 2 years ago, year and a half. Been over a year and a half, but I'm just excited for the exposure of international teams coming as well as teams from around the state and getting together. And the thing that I want to take out of this the most is just the connection of bringing young ladies together in flag football and showing how big this sport is growing, and to give these ladies more opportunity with flag football, and everybody to get on board and support these young ladies and let them play. I understand CIF has a lot of rules and stuff, but let the girls play if they want to play. You know, don't hold it against them, because you let the boys go and do whatever they want to do when they want to do it. Let the girls do it too, whenever they want to. Because I don't think it's going to hurt them to go play one tournament over a week and then come back and play in school. So that's that. I just want to take from this that we get unified as a collective group all around the nation, whoever comes out with a girls flag football, and we continue to grow this sport strong, and just watch the Olympics and NFL continue to support it and give the girls a chance that they deserve.
I love that. Thank you for sharing. But before we get out of here, I want each of you to let me know how people can get in touch with you, how they can continue to follow your journey, and especially for you, Coach, how can any other girls in Vegas that want to be a part of a flag football program that's amazing like yours get in touch with you? So ladies, you first.
Well, you guys can get in touch with us with Instagram mainly, and just to follow our journey and just to see how we're doing. And yeah.
What's your Instagram handle?
Well, like our name or like the football team?
What they put in Instagram to find you?
Well, I don't really know the name. It's owned by Coach Darrell, but that's where mostly
you guys personally though, Issa, your personal IG, your sports IG, you have one?
It's Isabella with 2 A's at the end. IZABELLAA_225.
Yeah, mine is name Imelda, IMELDA with 2 extra A's and 1400. I just post football clips there and just clips of me, and yeah.
Wonderful. Coach?
And you can reach us as far as a team. Our team ID is NXTLVL Sports, SPORTS LV. So it's Next Level Sports. So the name of the team is SFG Sacrifice for Greatness, but the name of the organization is Next Level Sports. That was our original name, and then we just umbrellaed it, SFG, under it. So that's where you can find us. We got a bunch of clips on there of the young ladies. We celebrate the team as a whole, not so much individually, but we just love to celebrate the accomplishments and everything we're getting involved in, what we're doing. You can contact me on there if you're interested and finding out more about the team. And we just love to see young ladies come out, no matter skill set, level, how long you've been playing or not been playing. We want to help you develop, but understand it does come with some challenges, but if you trust us, we'll get you there.
I love that. I absolutely love that. So listen, here's what we learned today. You can tell everything about a coach by the way his players talk about him and the program that he's building. And these two didn't hesitate a lick, okay? 10 years in, Coach Johnson is still asking these girls for sacrifice, and they are still saying yes. This is not just a program. This is a family. If this hit you in any type of way in here, do something with it. Subscribe to the channel, get on Control the Narrative on Substack, where we take a deeper dive into this, and go follow the program at Next Level Sports. Okay, make sure you follow Sacrifice for Greatness. I want to make sure you control the narrative, or someone else will. Thank you guys so much for being here. We appreciate you, and we wish you well at Dojo 32.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Bye.